Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Got Mel Johnson here on the program. Mel is with the company SOI and helping employers come up with a better way of taking care of their employees. Mel, tell us a little bit about SOI, and as always, welcome back on the program.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kevin, and good morning. Like you said, I work for SOI. We are a PEO, which is a professional employer organization. And, that's exactly what we are. We actually help owners take care of their employees. And the way we do that is through a HR bundle package. What that will comprise of is the payroll aspect as far as all the payroll administrative, which is very simple, but the HR, all the compliance, all the taxes, all the laws, all the things that a business owner has to take care of, but it really doesn't bring anything to their bottom line. And we also do the workers' comp. We have a platform for their workers' comp. We also have a platform for their employee benefits. So we have a master plan. So as a package, that's what we are able to offer to a business owner.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. And what's going on out there as far as the the attitudes when it comes to business owners? I would imagine there's a lot of fear and angst when it comes to what's happening from the government, and they're trying to figure out a way to mitigate some of their liability and that type of thing. Talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. The mandate with the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, which is also known as Obamacare, it's have a lot of business owners fearful, especially for the ones that have over, 50 employees. Now, the benefits for the ones that have over 50 and between 50 and 99, the mandate got pushed back to 2016, so they have a little bit of a cushion there to implement some kind of benefit package for their employees. However, if you have over 100 employees, then, you have to start, gearing up and making sure that you have something in place by, 2015. Otherwise, you're going to get hit with some massive penalties. And it's very beneficial for a business owner because when we sit down with them and the CEOs and C-level executives, and they learn and understand how we actually partner with them, and they can use this as a resource. And, we can explain, and we take care of all the taxes and the laws. That way, they don't have to think about it. It's a win-win. They don't have to think about it. We're giving them great pricing, and it just makes so much sense long term.
Yeah, you've been working on a series of stories. I'm not sure if I've seen many recently, but tell us what you're working on as far as stories of businesses. You like to do stories about businesses that you're tactically involved in. So tell us a little bit about what you're working on for priceofbusiness.com.
Absolutely. I have a series of articles on the price of business, and although in my profession I work with any industry as far as blue and gray collar work, but I've actually taken a strong interest in the restaurant industry. And I've been partnering with some restaurants here in Houston as well as Austin and writing some articles which highlights what they do well. And, just a little bit about them just so the public can get to know them. I actually had an article that's on the website now. I think the title is I Set on Houston, and it's with Brian Ogden. And, he's the young top chef. He has a strong pedigree. His father actually was a James Beard award-winning chef. And they just opened actually 2 restaurants here in Houston in the Heights area, and they're continuing to grow, and they have a lot of plans coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool, very cool. It's an interesting series. Do you know how many articles you have and how many are in the works? You're relatively new with us, so
relatively new. I would say I had at least 8. It probably is at least 8. We have some more in the pipeline. I'm getting in touch with a lot of business owners across Texas that are interested in having their story out, and I am very interested in actually getting their story out into the business community so they can understand what's going on in the restaurant industry, just so they know what's new, what the business owners, go through as far as day-to-day business, their employees, what's going on with their employees, and, some of the headaches and what keeps them up at night.
Yeah, absolutely, and there are plenty of headaches. So when people decide to work with a company like yours, what's the process that went into that?
Well, the process is very simple. We would first meet with them as a first meeting, just to understand and know a little bit about their business. And from that meeting, we're just looking to see if there's a good fit, and we just want to make sure that we are making a business sense. Meaning that when we sit down and we explain our services to see if it's a good fit, it has to make business sense. and therefore move to the next step, and we write a proposal to see that fits their business model. And from there, we see if it makes financial sense. And, if it makes business sense and it makes financial sense, then we move forward. And once they jump on board with us, they realize how great we are, and they start to send us referrals, and their business becomes a lot easier, and it's a little bit more efficient, and we're able to stabilize their costs, for the next, let's say, 3 years, 3 to 5 years, we can stabilize their costs that way.
That's always good. I tell you right now, predictability is like one of the most important factors in business today is predictability.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, the best thing I can say about PEO is business owners went into business to do what they love. A plumber went into business because, he loved to work with his hands. He loves to help people when they go to their homes or commercial. And the last thing they want to worry about is, all the HR laws that the government are putting out, or taxes, maybe writing paychecks. And if we can take all of that non-revenuing task away from them and maybe worry about their receivables, bringing more money to their business, it's, like I said, it's a win-win, and they're happy they can run their business and do what they love, and we're happy because we can help them and help their business grow. Yeah,
absolutely. How do people get in touch to learn more about what you're doing?
Absolutely. If you can reach me on my email, I am at mel.johnson@soi.com. You can reach me there. You can also check out our website at soi.com to get more information.
Yep, absolutely. Thanks for being with us, Mel. When's your next article coming out?
My next article should be coming out the middle of next week.
Sounds good.
Stay tuned for
that. Actually, this week. It's already Monday. Thanks so much.
Oh, yeah. Sweet.
Yeah, time goes fast when you're having fun. All right, sir. Thanks for being with us.
Absolutely. Have a great one.
All right. When we come back, we're going to have much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here. It shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. Stay tuned for more right after this.